Hey everyone, it's John. I hope you're all well. This week, I want to share with you how smart business owners are turning services into products. And as COVID-19 continues to wreak havoc on our global economy, there are many companies who are pivoting to survive. I'll give you some examples. Designers are making face masks, distillers are making hand sanitizers, and manufacturers are making ventilators. Now, I bet if your business offers a service or a product that you differentiate through a higher level of service, you're probably amongst the worst hit in the current economic disruption. But there's a silver lining here. Most consumers are cutting back on services, and they're doing that to avoid human contact, and they're trying to conserve cash. But we're still buying products that solve a very specific problem. Instead of finishing a virtual day in the office or work from home day and heading down to the pub for a pint, we're spending more on entertainment and exercise. So obviously Netflix jumps to mind, but we're also opting to work out from home. Many of us are forced to do that if we can't get out and take a run. So the traditional services businesses like personal trainers and yoga instructors have been out there creating online products and apps, and I use Downward Dog myself, but taken all the yoga and they've put it onto those apps. So many businesses have reacted to COVID-19 by turning their services into what appears to us consumers to be tangible products. Some other examples. Gorilla Tacos sells this thing called the Emergency Taco Kit. There's supplies for 40-odd tacos in there and a roll of toilet paper. The Snap Bar, they're a photo rental booth business based in Seattle, so they would have had a physical photo booth. They've launched the virtual photo booth for Teams. And in the United Kingdom, Encore, a musician talent booking service, is offering personalized music messages. Basically, these enable you to commission a musician, an artist, to create a customized video and, in their words, send love in the time of lockdown. Now, here's the thing. You can also pivot and turn some of your services into a product. And what I want to do is share the 8 steps that you need to go through to be able to do that successfully. So step number 1, niche down. This is really important. Narrow down your focus to a single type of customer. It probably feels really counterintuitive, particularly among the current economic catastrophe. However, the first critical move in turning your service into a product is niching down. Because services can be adapted and customized for a variety of customers. And we do that well as small businesses. However, products need to fit with one type of buyer. So picking a niche helps you to design a really great product that you can efficiently get to your potential customers. And when you're short of resources like we are now, there are financial constraints, there are marketing constraints, there are sales constraints. That's really important. So niche down more than you're comfortable with, and then niche down some more. And while you're doing it, think about these steps in the process. First of all, think about demographics. What's the age? What's the gender? What's the income of your niche? Think about firmographics. Think about the company size. Think about the industry that you're in. Think about life stages, just married, retired. Think about company life stages, startups versus mature, etc. Then step number 2, rank your services. Once you've niched down more than feels comfortable, I want you to rank your services according to 3 things. I'm going to call this TBR. So teachability to employees, value to your customers, and a recurring need. Teachability, value, recurring need. Grab a whiteboard or a blank sheet of paper and make a list of all the services you can offer to that niche that we defined in step number 1. Then score them on a scale of 1 to 10 on the degree to which you can teach the service, on the degree to which the value to your clients, and how frequently they'll need to buy it. So let's do an example. For instance, you might be an accountancy firm and you have bookkeeping services and you have statutory returns, monthly accounts, filings, all of those kind of things that need to be done on a regular basis. I've seen accounting firms take those, group them together. In fact, one firm called it their boss services, bring it all together and productized it. So it's something that's teachable to your staff, valuable to your customers, and they need on a recurring basis. Pick the services that score the highest and then move on to step number 3, which is get very clear about the problem you solve or you're solving. The Harvard business professor Theodore Levitt was famous for saying, people don't want to buy a 1/4-inch drill, they want to buy a 1/4-inch hole. So be clear on the hole you're selling. Be very clear on what the product is and what that product solves for that niche. For example, our friends over at the Emergency Taco Kit Company, they make cooking really fun while we're all stuck at home and easy. For us quarantine Angelinos, it's a fun, easy job with their kit. Spiffy, a car care company, they have a product called Disinfect and Protect. And their product sanitizes cars for folks who still need to keep driving. So think about those kind of things. Step number 4, brand it. With a service, you're typically hiring a person. With a product, you're selling a thing. And you've heard how some of these folks have already been branding their products. Unlike people who have names, something like the Emergency Taco Kit or Disinfect and Protect or the personalized music message have brands, and you want to be building that brand. My newsletter is another great example. I produce something called Autopilot every week, if you haven't heard about it. And I pull together all of the research I've done through the week on business exits and selling a business and building a business that can run without you, all of those kind of things. And then I package that information into a product called Autopilot, and I share it with my community. There's some value in it. It has a brand. So think about branding your product. Step number 5, list the ingredients. So service businesses customize their deliverables in a unique proposal for every prospect. You get this proposal and everything's customized. But with a product company, they list their ingredients. So if you pick up a package at any grocery store, whether it's a bottle of soap or a box of cereal, and you turn it over, and you'll see all the itemized list of what's inside the box, which is sometimes scary. So your offering needs to list what customers get when they buy your product, your servicetized product, if that's a word. Number 6, preempt objections. When you're selling a service, you have the opportunity to be one-on-one with somebody, and you could have the opportunity to hear the person's objections firsthand. And you can address them right there and on the spot. When you're selling a product, you don't have that luxury or that benefit of the one-to-one conversation, particularly given the current circumstances we're in. So, to overcome objections, consider everything that might come up. Consider all the potential objections that a customer might have and preempt them. I'll give you an example here. When selling their Disinfect and Protect product, the spiffy car folks kind of anticipated the top 4 concerns that their customers might raise. And then they preempted them and they made them part of the marketing copy on their website. So, for example, let me try and remember these. They have a money-back guarantee. So one of their guarantees is money-back guarantee for people who just aren't sure about the whole service. Insurance in case of emergency or your car gets damaged. Their people are all trained technicians who know what to do because they're sanitizing a car and they need to be trained to do that properly. And their products are all environmentally friendly cleaning products, which is really important these days. So they don't damage the environment or, again, your car. Number 7, give it a price tag. Put a number to it. You know, when you're putting a service out there, you quote by the hour, by the day, by the project. And it usually comes in part of a proposal somewhere right at the back of the proposal. Products, publish their price. So step number 7, publish a price. Number 8, create scarcity. In a services business, you have some sales leverage in that your time is scarce. So customers know that they need to act now. With a product business, you need to give people a reason to act. Rather than to kind of put it off or wait to tomorrow. And you do this by creating a bit of scarcity. You do things like limited time offer or limited access, or come up with ideas like that. And finally, a bit of a bonus. Keep in mind that the most successful services pivots share a few common traits. They utilize the existing resources they got. We're limited by time, money at the moment, so use what you've got in your company. Creating a product that's in demand is something, you know, that whole thing. Create something that's in demand and find a way to serve the population something that they needed. And I want to end on this note. There's something important to be said right now. Businesses have survived hard times. And yours can be one of them. The whole reason I'm doing this is to share ideas with you that hopefully you'll pick up something. And I think subscription and type businesses and taking your services and turning them into a product at the moment are really important, and they can help you to sort of pivot and take advantage of the opportunities that are out there at the moment. While people aren't spending on services, there are still products that they need. So take the time, grab that whiteboard or the piece of paper and think about the services you offer and think about how you might be able to turn some of them into a product. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, button will be up at the top. I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love you to share what's going on in your business at the moment. If there's something you want to ask me, go ahead, ask me. And if you're on the website, put it into the comments.